Have you been holding on to Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong, waiting for the right moment to exchange them for US dollars? If so, 2025 might finally be your year, but only if you know exactly where to go. Because here's the truth, not every bank in America will take your currency. In fact, most won't. Thousands of Americans now are discovering that walking into a random bank branch and asking to exchange their dinar or dong ends with disappointment. But don't lose hope. Today, we're revealing the full picture. In this video, you'll learn which banks actually accept dinar and dong in 2025, how the exchange process works, what fees you can expect, and the safest, fastest ways to turn your bills into real dollars. Stay tuned. Because by the end of this guide, you'll know exactly how to do it right, step by step. Let's start with the big picture. When it comes to exchanging Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong inside the United States, most major banks still have strict policies. These currencies are considered exotic, meaning they're not commonly traded or held in large reserves. That's why you won't find them available at regular teller windows. Many people walk into big names like Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo and assume they can just hand over their notes for dollars. But the teller usually shakes their head. Why? Because these currencies aren't supported through the bank's regular foreign exchange systems. The good news is that there are specific branches, departments, and specialist services that can help. So if you've been wondering whether it's even possible, yes, it is. You just need to know where to go and what process to follow. Let's begin with Wells Fargo, one of the most frequently asked about banks for foreign currency exchange. Now, not every Wells Fargo location handles exotic currencies like the dinar or dong. Regular branches will often tell you no, and that's normal. The trick is to contact Wells Fargo's international banking centers. These centers are located mainly in major U.S. cities such as New York, Los Angeles. They deal with international clients and occasionally with non-standard currencies. The process is simple but specific. First, call the branch ahead of time, ask clearly whether they handle Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong. If they say yes, you'll need to bring a government-issued ID. A passport or driver's license will work. You'll fill out currency exchange paperwork, and they'll calculate the rate based on current values. Exchanges may take several business days, and fees typically range from 15 to 30 per transaction. Next, let's talk about Bank of America, another big name people often turn to. Bank of America operates differently because it separates everyday banking from its international services. Most local branches will tell you they don't handle dinar or dong directly. However, their international banking centers, which you can reach through a special department, sometimes do. When you call, use the term exotic currency exchange. That's the insider phrase their staff recognize for less traded currencies. Be prepared. Bank of America usually requires you to be an existing customer, and in some cases, they'll only process exchanges for customers who maintain a minimum account balance. The process can take up to 2 weeks, and fees vary depending on your total amount. It's not the fastest route, but for those who prefer trusted institutions, it's a legitimate option as long as you contact the right department first. Now, what about Chase Bank? Chase is one of the largest banks in the U.S., but surprisingly, they have very limited options when it comes to Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong. Most Chase branches simply do not exchange them. However, there's a hidden route through their private banking services. These are exclusive to high net worth clients. If you qualify, your private banker may be able to assist with foreign currency through special arrangements or third-party partners. For everyone else, Chase will likely direct you to a currency exchange specialist outside the bank. So, while it's not impossible, it's definitely not as simple as walking into a Chase branch. For most people, the better choice will be specialized currency services, which we'll talk about shortly. If big banks seem complicated, here's where smaller institutions can sometimes save the day. Credit unions and community banks are often more flexible than the large national players. Many of them don't advertise foreign currency services But if you call or visit directly, you might be surprised. Some credit unions, like Navy Federal or USAA, have been known to help members exchange certain currencies, including the Vietnamese dong in limited cases. Others may connect you to trusted currency dealers they partner with. Community banks are also known for personalized customer service, and some are willing to research exchange options for you if they don't handle it directly. The key takeaway here: always call ahead, ask about their policies, and never assume. Smaller institutions sometimes go the extra mile to help, especially if you're a loyal customer. Now let's get to what many experts call the best option: currency exchange specialists. These are companies that focus 100% on foreign currencies, especially ones most banks avoid. Services like Travelex and Currency Exchange International operate in major airports, shopping centers, and downtown areas. Their entire business revolves around currency trade, which means they often provide better rates and lower fees than traditional banks. The process is also faster. In many cases, you can exchange your currency the very same day. All you need is a valid ID and your foreign bills. They'll check current market rates, give you a quote, and process your transaction quickly. This option offers both speed and convenience, especially for those who want to complete the exchange in person. Another option growing fast in 2025 is online currency exchange. This method allows you to complete the entire process from home. Companies like Currency Liquidator and Great American Coin Company offer this service nationwide. Here's how it works. You ship your Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong to them using insured and trackable mail. Once they receive it, they verify the authenticity and condition of your currency. They then send you a quote for the exchange value. If you agree, the money is deposited into your bank account. It's convenient, secure, and eliminates the need to travel. The only caution is to make sure you're dealing with a reputable company. Always research reviews, Better Business Bureau ratings, and customer feedback before sending any currency by mail. Now let's discuss exchange rates, because this part can be confusing. The Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong are not widely traded on international markets. That means their rates can vary significantly between different providers. The numbers you see on Google or online currency converters often don't match what you'll actually receive. Currency specialists, however, tend to offer more accurate and competitive rates than large banks. To protect yourself, always get multiple quotes. Don't just focus on the rate, ask about all fees too. Some services charge a flat fee per transaction, while others take a percentage of your total exchange. The goal is to find the best overall value, not just the highest rate. Another essential topic is documentation. Any legitimate currency exchange service will ask for proper identification. That includes a government-issued photo ID like a passport or driver's license. Some may also ask for proof of how you obtained your dinar or dong. This is part of international anti-money laundering laws. If you purchased your currency from a dealer or online exchange, keep those receipts. You may also be asked to provide a utility bill or bank statement to confirm your address. It might sound like a lot, but it's standard procedure for legal compliance. The more organized your paperwork is, the faster your transaction will be completed. Let's talk about scams, because unfortunately, the foreign currency world has plenty of them. There are websites and social media pages that make outrageous promises about instant exchanges or unrealistic rates. Some claim the dinar dong is about to revalue overnight and people could become rich. Be cautious. Real currency exchange services will never make such claims. If something sounds too good to be true, it almost always is. Always verify the company's credentials, check online reviews, and confirm their physical address. Never send money or currency to anyone who pressures you to act fast. Legitimate companies give you time to decide. So what's the step-by-step process to actually exchange your dinar or dong safely? Step 1, contact multiple providers and ask for quotes. Step 2, compare their exchange rates and all fees. Step 3, verify that the company or bank is legitimate. Step 4, ask about the expected timeline. Step 5, get your agreement in writing. Step 6, if mailing your currency, always use insured shipping with tracking. Step 7. Keep copies of every document. And Step 8. Follow up to confirm your payment. Following this checklist protects your investment and ensures you get your money quickly and securely. If you're struggling to find good exchange options in the US, consider this. Some people have more success in communities with strong international connections. For example, large Vietnamese business districts like those in San Jose, California, or Houston, Texas sometimes have local financial services familiar with the Vietnamese dong. Similarly, Middle Eastern communities such as those in Dearborn, Michigan may have businesses that can guide you toward legitimate exchange opportunities for the dinar. Local connections can make a big difference, and they often provide insights that big banks simply can't. Timing also plays a major role. Exchange rates for both currencies can shift daily, sometimes even hourly. That's why financial experts recommend watching rates over several weeks before making a decision. If you notice rates are improving, that might be your window to exchange. Some people even choose to exchange smaller amounts over time instead of all at once. This method, called dollar cost averaging, helps balance out market fluctuations. In simple terms, it's like spreading your risk. You may not get the highest possible rate, but you also avoid losing big if the rate drops suddenly. Let's break down fees a bit further, because this is where many people get caught off guard. Big banks typically charge the highest fees, sometimes between 5% and 15% of the total amount. That means if you're exchanging 100,000 worth of currency, you could lose $50 to $150 in fees. Currency specialists tend to offer lower percentages, though they might add a flat processing fee. Online services are often the most competitive, but only if you factor in shipping and insurance costs. The key is to calculate your total return after all deductions. A slightly lower exchange rate with fewer fees might still give you more money overall. Now that you understand the options, let's summarize the most reliable choices in 2025. For convenience, currency exchange specialists like Travelex or Currency Exchange International remain top picks. For those who prefer traditional banking, check Wells Fargo's International Centers or Bank of America's exotic currency departments. Smaller credit unions might surprise you with flexibility, while online services bring unmatched convenience. But whichever route you choose, remember this: legitimacy, transparency, and documentation matter more than anything else. As we wrap up, let's address one final misconception. Some people are still holding dinar and dong, waiting for massive revaluation event. But experts consistently remind investors that currency exchange is not a get-rich-quick scheme. The only guaranteed way to turn your notes into real value is through verified exchange services. Holding onto false promises or internet rumors can lead to wasted time or even scams. Stay informed, stay patient, and base your actions on facts, not hype. So there you have it, your complete 25 guide on which banks accept Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong, and how to exchange them safely for US dollars. If this video helped you understand the process, give it a thumbs up so others can find it too. Share it with friends who might be sitting on unused foreign currency and don't know what to do next. And most importantly, subscribe to Iraqi Dinar News for the latest updates, exchange tips, and financial insights. Remember, success in currency exchange comes not from luck, but from knowledge. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your exchange journey this year.